All right, welcome back everyone to the deep dive. Today we're pulling back the curtain a bit on Bitcoin security. We're going to try and untangle two big cryptographic pieces that you hear about a lot: elliptic curve cryptography (ECC) and SHA 256. Now, I know many of you hear these terms and it gets a little confusing, right? Are they different? Are they like competing ways to do the same thing? So, our mission today is really to make this crystal clear. ECC, or more specifically, the signing part, ECDSA and SHA 256, they're not alternatives. They're fundamentally different tools doing different jobs. Maybe think of it like this, and here's where it clicks, I think. ECDSA, that's like your personal unique signature on, say, a really important legal paper. It proves you wrote it, you authorized it. SHA 256, that's completely different. It's more like a super complex tamper-proof serial number for that exact document. It proves the document itself hasn't been altered one bit, its integrity. So, okay, they're different. But why both? What's the magic in using them together in Bitcoin?
Well, that combination is the fascinating part, isn't it? Bitcoin's strength, its, resilience, it really comes from how these very distinct tools work together. It's a synergy. It's not just that they are different, it's how their specific mathematical powers complement each other. So ECC, right, it comes from some pre-advanced math, the elliptic curve discrete logarithm problem, which basically lets you have really strong security without needing massive keys. That makes digital signatures efficient. And that's absolutely vital for proving you own something like Bitcoin without, broadcasting your secret private key. Meanwhile, you've got SHA 256. That's a hashing algorithm. Its superpower is what we call collision resistance. It's incredibly hard and practically impossible to find two different pieces of data that hash to the same SHA 256 output. If that were easy, the whole blockchain idea, its immutability, it would just, fall apart, and Bitcoin mining wouldn't work. So you see, ECDSA is handling your identity, your authorization. Yes, I approve this. And SHA 256 is all about locking down the data itself. This information is exactly as it should be. It's like, layers of defense.
Defense in depth. I like that. That makes sense. So layers. Okay, let's make it practical. For, someone actually using Bitcoin, how do these two actually work together in a transaction? Can you walk us through a quick example?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's say you want to send some Bitcoin. First, you create the transaction details, how much, where it's going, that sort of thing. Then you take your private key, the secret one only you have, and use it with the ECDSA algorithm to mathematically sign that transaction data. The signature, it's the proof. It says, I own these coins and I authorize this specific transfer. But crucially, your private key itself stays secret. That's the authorization piece.
Okay, so that's the ECDSA part, signed, authorized. What about SHA 256 then? Where does it come in?
Right. So once your transaction is signed, the whole thing, the details and your signature gets fed into the SHA 256 algorithm. Out comes a unique hash, like a digital fingerprint. That's the transaction ID, often called the TX ID. This hash ensures nobody can say change the amount or the recipient after you've signed it without invalidating that fingerprint. And then that hash gets included in a block of transactions. The entire block then gets hashed using SHA 256, linking it back to the previous block. That's the chain part of the blockchain. Plus, SHA 256 is also, the engine behind proof of work. Miners are basically churning through SHA 256 calculations, hashing block data over and over, looking for a specific kind of hash result to validate the block and secure the network.
Wow. Okay. So it really is everywhere except for that initial signature. So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you listening? It really means ECDSA is what gives you control. It links your private key to your power to spend your Bitcoin via those unforgeable signatures. It's about ownership and permission. And SHA 256, that's the cryptographic workhorse doing, almost everything else. It guarantees data hasn't been tampered with. It creates those unique IDs. It chains the blocks together, making the ledger immutable. And it's the core of mining and network consensus. It's this seamless partnership that makes Bitcoin security so robust, almost like a fortress built from math.
Yeah, exactly. But, it raises a really important point, I think. While the underlying cryptography, the math behind ECDSA and SHA 256 is incredibly strong, really solid, the biggest practical risks in the system, they often don't come from someone breaking the math. They come from us, from the human side. Things like, did you keep your private keys safe? Was there a bug in the wallet software you used? Or a classic one, did the software accidentally reuse a nonce? That's a number used only once. That's vital for ECDSA security. Reusing it can actually leak your private key, so it makes you think, doesn't it? Where does the real responsibility for security lie in these decentralized systems? A lot of it, maybe most of it, still comes down to how we humans manage and interact with these powerful cryptographic tools.